Hello and welcome to the Emmanuel podcast, where we talk things God, tech, life. Why consistency is a game changer in faith, tech, and life. What if you just didn't quit? Looking back, consistency has been a major key in my career, my music journey, my personal growth. Let's talk about how it can transform your life too. Consistency. It is doing the right things repeatedly, even when you don't see results. The more you do something over and over again, the more tendency for you to keep doing it. When the reason why some people are addicted to different kinds of stuff is because they started it at some point, and then over time it became an habit. Like there are people that go to the gym thrice a week, there are people that go every weekend, there are people that maybe learning an instrument, they show up regularly. There are people that maybe building their career, they read books towards it on a regular basis and things like that. How consistent practice and learning helped me improve and land job in tech. I remember when I started out, it got to a point I decided that I was going to do something every day. I think this is something I spoke about it recently. I decided I was going to do something every day. I was going to make a meaningful commit. I remember I was working on my first portfolio, showing up every day as I was building it. Then I didn't know much. Sometimes I watch other videos to help what I was doing. But one thing I made sure I was doing was I was showing up every day. There were days where I didn't feel like it. There were days where it was not clicking. But I would show up every day and get something done. And then now, looking back, it really paid off. It really paid off. I have a job secured and I have my skills in place. I'm at the work level right now. Yes, we learn every day, but yes, I can confidently still say that I'm a work level person. How it has helped me in my music, I'm a keyboardist. I would show up and practice. Initially, when I started keyboard, then my practice was more of whenever there was a general practice with who me and some people were learning from. Then over time, he traveled outside the country, and then I was left to myself, lazy towards it. The only time you see me really playing, it was more like playing was my playing in church was my practice. Yeah, that was it. I barely had any personal discipline practice. If you see me playing personally, maybe I'm just enjoying a song and vibing to it. But over time, I decided to put in what we call consistency, which is what we're talking about. I wanted to join the school choir over here, and then I realized that I can't. Let's say basically there are 12 keys on a keyboard. I could play maybe 7, and then I found out that I have to know everything before I can join. And then I started to just put it together and just learn it. But I was rushing it, and then there was not much time. So it was not really clicking. I couldn't cement it before my audition. That's the keys I didn't know very well. But then over time, after the audition, let's say between the audition period and now, I can confidently go to a stage and play on any key I'm asked to play on. And how did that happen? Through the power of consistency. Also in my personal growth, in my learning, I read articles a lot. There are people that come to me to help them with different things, and I humbly admit that sometimes it looks as if, this guy, how did you learn this much? But it all came as a result of consistency. Although there were times when my reason was just curiosity, but yes, curiosity is part of what helps in the long run. But the point there being that it was consistency that really got me where I am today. I remember there was a time that it was so stressful. I was starting to have periodic headache. That's in the process of building my career. There were times I would stare at the screen so much my eye would get blurry, my head would be aching me, don't know what to do, so tired mentally. And once the brain is tired, the body goes with it. As popularly said in a game I used to play, football game. But basically, I used to get very exhausted, but then I kept at it, kept on pushing. And now the energy I need to put in to get stuff done is less because now I'm more experienced. I know better ways to approach and things like that. Also, in your faith life, you need consistency. Remember that song they used to sing for us when we were young? Read your Bible, pray every day, pray every day, pray every day. Read your Bible, pray every day if you want to grow. So, really, if you want to grow indeed, you have to read your Bible and pray every day. It's not always going to be easy. You may not be able to cover a lot, maybe some things come up. But as much as you can, and make sure you're really present with everything that is in you, not that you're just reading it to mark that, okay, I read it today. Actually, make sure that the little time that you're able to put in that, you take it very, very serious. Now there are actually challenges to being consistent. I tell you for free that consistency is not easy, but that's the thing, you have to keep at it. Things like lack of motivation, but then you have to push yourself even when you don't feel like. As said by Papa one day I was listening, he said, discipline is doing as required and not as desired. Your body may not desire to do it at the time, but discipline requires that you do it at that time. There'll be distractions, you'd want to procrastinate. But one thing that can help you get through it is setting clear goals, thereby reducing distractions, building routines. Let's say you've decided that, okay, at this time of the day I'm going to do this and nothing is changing that. Well, that's the thing, you also make sure that they are realistic. That's why I said set clear goals. Observe the situation around you. If you're a student, observe the time that school used to take your time, and then try to find the time outside of them to set a fixed time for something you want to be doing. Just make sure it's realistic, like it's plausible. When you look at it, you can see yourself still doing it in the long run. Are you getting? And then trust the process. Sometimes the progress you won't really see it. I remember that time when I started to really practice the other keys for my keyboard. I didn't really feel it coming. I didn't feel it clicking, but I kept on, repeating it, and voila, here I am. Same thing for my programming. There were times it would feel like I was stuck in the same cycle every time, but then I kept on going at it again and again and again, and there was progress at the end of the day. You can also have people that you are accountable to, accountability partners, or maybe a mentor that you are accountable to, or something. Or you can have like habit trackers, maybe some softwares that can help you as you try to build these habits. And then reward yourself. Yeah, small wins. Reward your small wins. It's those small steps that make up the big step that people see and think it's overnight. There's no overnight success. It's an accumulation of small steps taken. Are you getting? So reward your small wins. There are times I intentionally take myself out just to get myself something nice, like just me myself buy something that I wouldn't buy normally. Can even be expensive. Just reward my small wins. I actually did well. I think I deserve this. It's not easy to be consistent, but I'm consistent. So why not just allow myself to be rewarded? If nobody is going to reward me, then I'll reward myself. And that's the thing. I don't expect anybody to reward me. If I'm rewarded, it's nice. But I don't expect anybody to reward me because it's my life I'm building, not their life. It's me. So that's the thing. I reward myself once in a while. And then consistency shapes many parts of your life if you can keep up with it. It can shape your faith life, your skills life, your career, your character. I really encourage you to take one area of your life and decide to be more consistent with it. If you are building a skill, or learning an instrument, or learning something new, maybe learning a new concept, intentionally be consistent. Like intentionally build routines or set goals in place to ensure that you are consistent with it. Maybe I'll do this a day. There was a time I was advising someone she wanted to learn programming, and I'll tell her, why don't you decide that, okay, I'll do at least 30 minutes of my tutorials today, every day. I mean, like 30 minutes every day, 30 minutes every day, because yes, you are in school and everything can be really hectic. So start with something that is plausible, 30 minutes daily. Eventually, to click, and you'll see yourself maybe extending to 45 minutes or 1 hour as time would permit you, and as you build more endurance with it over time. I'm really not a fan of wake up one day and do so much. I so believe in the power of do it little by little every day. I would rather show up every day. Let me use a very good example. Let's say I live in a house now. We're trying to set up a structure to ensure the house is always clean. I would rather that, let's say, for example, every time we use our plates, you'd make sure that you wash your plate and put it back. When you use stuff, you put it back where they are supposed to be. Once in a while, periodically, you sweep again, you mop again. Don't put things anyhow than live a careless life and then now wake up one day and say, oh yeah, we're cleaning today. That's so stressful. Like, that's so stressful. Why don't we just have a normal life that is built on the basis of being organized rather than just jam pack it to a whole day and then wear yourself out in the process of getting the place clean? Keep showing up, keep putting in the work. The results will show. I assure you, the results will show. Alright, that's it for today. Stay consistent, and I'll catch you next time.